Welcome to Joydella Fashion Guide. I am G Joy, your fashion tutor. In today's video, I'm going to be looking at how to draft the half-scale bodies of children clothes. In my last class, I explained how to draft the basic bodice pattern, the half-scale of children clothes using the board. Today, I'm going to be using pattern paper to show you clearly how it is done, and also explaining how to fold your fabric. Now, to know how to fold your fabric, you just use the biggest part of the child's measurement, either the chest or the waist. Most times the chest is always bigger than the waist. For some children, the waist is bigger than the chest with just an inch. So whichever one is bigger, just because of the tummy. So whichever one is bigger, you divide that by 4 and then add 2 inches to that, and then you know the amount of fabric to put on fold. So if, for example, the child tummy is 22 inches, when you divide that by 4, that will be 5.5 inches. And then you're going to be adding 2 inches to that. So you will now be folding 7.5 inches. So you just fold your fabric, measure it to make sure that you have 7.5. Like this. And then for the back pattern, you just increase the width of the front by 1 inch. If you are going to be turning with lining, then you can use 1.5. So without further ado, let's see how it is done with patterns. The measurements I'm working with is a shoulder of 9 inches. On folder will be 4.5. The shoulder to the chest 6 inches, shoulder to the waist 9 inches. The chest circumference is 21 inches and the waist circumference is 22 inches. The armhole depth is 5 inches. So the armhole depth is calculated just the same way we calculate the adult armhole depth, which is bust circumference divided by 6 plus 1.5. Now I've already explained how to fold your fabric. So this is for the front pattern, and then I'm using this for the back. So as you can see, the back is wider than the front. So this extra part is for the zipper. So the extra part is for the zipper. So let me just mark. So when you are drafting your pattern, you can decide to draft the front pattern first and then the back, or you draft the back and then use the back to trace out the neckline, the shoulder line on the front pattern before you continue. So whichever one, there's no formula for that, or no, it's not compulsory that you must draft the front pattern first. So whichever one is okay for you, there is no problem. So I'm going to be starting with this and then use it to trace on the front pattern. So this is the zipper allowance or zip allowance. The shoulder we are working with is 9 inches. So remember that your fabric has to be on fold. For paper, it doesn't necessarily need to be on fold, but when you are making your folding your fabric, it should be on fold like this. You fold it like this, and then leave the zipper allowance and then start. So we are assuming that this is on fold, and then we mark the shoulder 4.5 inches. The neck is 2 1/4. The shoulder slant is 1/2 inch. So connect that to the neck. Then the neck depth for the back, this is the back part. I'm using 1 inch. So you can just use your free hand to connect that to the shoulder like this. If you like, you can also use your French cup. And then the armhole depth is 5 inches. Armhole depth 5 inches. Shoulder to chest is 6 inches, and then shoulder to waist is 9 inches. So of course, you know you have allowances to sew. So let's just take this as our sewing allowance to join the down parts. So this is the chest, and then this is the waist. So this is the armhole depth. Just go ahead and mark. So to know the armhole length, the chest divided by 4, in our case is 21 divided by 4, that is 5.25, 5 1/4. So here you get the midpoint. Midpoint of 5 is 2.5. You can simply just fold your tip. And then for the back pattern, this is the back pattern. You just connect like this. And then the waist, the chest circumference divided by 4. The waist circumference divided by 4. And when you are transferring to fabric, you can go ahead and add your allowances to that. So for the back pattern, to complete this back pattern, on this zipper region, you just go up by 1 inch like this. I'm not going to cut it out yet. I'll use this to trace the front pattern face before I cut it out. So you're going to trace this to the side like this. This is to avoid zip bulge at the back. So that is just all for the back pattern. Easy, right? So I'm going to use this to trace the front pattern. I'll just fold this in. So this is for age 3 years. Age 3 years. So if it is 5 years, you can use 10 inches for the shoulder. 5 to 7 years, 10 inches. And then from 9, 11 years, you can use 11 inches for the shoulder. Of course, you can actually measure. So let's cut out the back pattern. So this is the back pattern. I'll use this to trace out the front. So you get another pattern paper. Trace out the shoulder. This is the shoulder. You can just trace it out like this. Mark the midpoint. This is the midpoint. So this is where the back neckline goes to. So for the front neckline will be deeper. I make it 2.5. So you reconnect this to the shoulder like this. And then the armhole for the front is different from the back. You just go in by 1/4 of an inch. 1/4, like this. So let me mark the chest line. This is the chest line. So this is the chest line, and then this is still the waistline. So you can use your French curve to just connect that, starting from here. So this is the difference between the back and the front. This is the back. The front, you go in by ½ inch. It's the same shoulder, but the back, the front neckline, you come down. The front neckline is deeper than the back. Every other thing is the same. So let me just report this out. So this is the front bodice. This is the back bodice. So let me just cut this. When you want to transfer to your fabric, remember to add the allowance. Okay, this is allowance to join to the down part. So let me remark this because of this allowance. So that's just all for the pattern. This is the back with the zipper. And just so this is the back pattern. Don't forget, when you are cutting on your fabric should be on fold, and then you place your pattern on it like this, and then you trace it out. So make sure that you add same allowance to the side, to the shoulder. So just cut it out. After cutting the back, you fold another one again. You place the front. The front should also be on fold, and then we cut it out. But the difference between the front and the back is that for the front there will be no division at the middle part, so it will just be one piece. But for the back, because of the zipper, after cutting out your fabric, you are going to open up here for the zipper allowance. So I hope you find this tutorial helpful. I hope now you now know how to draft the half scale bodies of children clothes. Until next time when I come your way again, I remain G Joy. If you are yet to subscribe to this channel, please do well to click on the subscribe button and also put on the notification bell so you will be notified each time I make a new video. And to you who is a returning to subscriber, I want to say thank you for your support. So see you again in another video.